Hello everyone, welcome to my chess channel. This is your online coach. So today we are going to talk about the Italian game, which has two or three main variations, but today we are just going to be on the basics of Italian. So we will be discussing some slow developments and some fast developments. So from the Italian game, the Italian is one of the oldest and easiest games you can play on the internet on chess.com. So let's move toward the uh, board and let's see what do we have. And the Italian game just starts with the e4 pawn, the king's pawn, and it keeps going. So before going any further, we will discuss some its benefits, uh, some pros and cons. Okay, so when you move towards playing Italian game, it feels it's not so difficult. It's simple and everyone can play it. Just you have to keep two or three moves in, and you can just advance it. So it's actually, I think it's kind of natural in the development, because you don't much confuse positions and you just try to grab the center and like this. But it has also some pros and cons which we will discuss later in the video. But first we will gonna discuss some its starting position, which is our first move will be e4. Then the opponent plays e5, trying to block our pawn so we can end protecting the center. And then what's the next move will be knight f3. Our knight at g moves to knight f3, and the opponent plays knight c6, trying to protect this pawn, which our knight f3 pawn is threatening. So now we are in the equal position, and now here comes the another part. The white plays bishop to c4. Now this is the main Italian game, and just like as you have seen in the uh, in the uh, England gambit, or in English gambit, we move our knight toward the right, so we try to grab it otherwise. But this is Italian game. So from here, there were two main positions starts. First we will discuss about the slow variations, which is, as you have seen, e4, e5, knight f3, same moves. Opening are, first 3 to 4 moves are count as opening, and then we move toward the middle game, and then uh, at the end we move toward the end game. So our next move is bishop to c4, and the opponent plays bishop to c5. Now this is the slow down approach, because we are in the same position here, nothing good, nothing so bad. But here comes the main tricky part. This is called slow gambit, but here the white can just in simple just play this move, because this move has not any is dangerous for the black, but it's slow development, so black cannot put his knight up here. If he can just simply move his knight here, which we can just simply threaten, and we will less. He has to move his knight. He can just simply here and try to sacrifice for nothing, but he won't do it. So at this stage he must move some. He may move like this, but you can just simply take this with the pawn. Now you are threatening this, and now this pawn is protected by the knight and the bishop. And in the next move you can just simply go for the castle, or just move some other. So in today's video we will also discuss one game played in 2022 by Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen. So in the next very slow, it's called, the next variation is called very slow, because it's quite a slow move, and it's a little lengthy game. So we move toward e4, e5, the white plays knight f3, and the other opponent knight c6. Now the same position, same opening, bishop goes to knight c4, and the bishop right comes to there. bishop to c5. Okay, now our fourth move queen b. As you can see, we can just simply play d3, trying to build our some pawn structure, or if we take back, we can just simply play c3, or which we can now just simply at the c3 I am shown the move, or you can just simply build some structure. Now you can, in the future, you can just, what if black plays here, you can just simply go here. The main thing is the main openings are the important, or main opening is the most important. When you open the game by specific ending, then it has to end through in a specific way. So this was our some first slow move, and then a little bit more slower than that, and the next is Evans Gambit, where you just this was play Paul Murphy and WD Evans mostly played. It's kind of, it's like it's more aggressive game in the Italian gambit. So let's move toward the Evans gambit, which is e4, e5, and knight f3, knight c6. Nothing different. It's quite the same move. And the bishop c4, white moves his bishop, and black plays the the same. And now what does the uh, black plays, white plays b4. Now this is, now we are in a Evans gambit. So in Evans gambit, you just try to sacrifice the bishop, sacrifice the bishop. So if he takes, then you can just simply move your pawn up and try to control this, or you can just, if he can just take it with the knight. Now he can move here and capture this pawn, but this is also protected. So you can just simply go for this, trying to threaten um, his knight, so he cannot move it any further. So this was this was the Evans gambit. When in the third move you just play bishop b4, simply trying to deflect this bishop, or just to try to sacrifice his pawn. As you know, the gambits are used so to sacrifice one pawn, so you can just simply get some other, have higher piece in return. So we move toward the some game which was played by Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen. So let me add some game. So let's see how Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen played this. So we have another game toward, which was played by Magnus Carlsen and Gukesh in late 2020s. So let's move toward the e4, e5, nothing, everything simple, nothing so special. Knight f3, knight to c6, bishop c4, and now the knights come to protect, and here the black can just simply play g4 in the next move, and you can just tame some checkmating. So the white just simply plays d3. So if he protecting this pawn, the black cannot just simply take it and threaten, and now he cannot move his knight up here. So in the next move, the black tries to guard simple move, nothing so special about Italian game. And as you can see, black here just played, he could have just played to just c5, but he just simply played a little move toward e7. So it's not a big deal. He is going for the castle, white castles, and the black also castle. Now they both castle on the queen side, on the king side, sorry, my tongue slipped. So in the next move, the knight, another knight into the game, and then in the d6 by black. And now this move a3 is quite the aggressive move, because now You look, it's just a pawn move, but people just don't just say it's an aggressive, but it's a quite good move, because you cannot just move your knight up here. So in the next move the white can just simply take it just like this. So we take it back and just we go toward by the board, and now the opponent plays the same moves, trying to stop our knight from entering b5, which the Gukesh was playing as white and the Magnus was playing black. So now knight for the sacrifice, Gukesh, which Magnus takes, and now with this the now this is a quite good move here, because from bishop takes the knight, he could have just taken with the pawn, but it would have broken the pawn structure. So he took it with the bishop, trying to maintain his position. Now we are threatening this, and by bishop f6 by black, dark square bishop. So now this square is protected, this you cannot take. If you take, then this pawn takes, and now we have an open position. So in the next move black tries to threaten our bishop, and now we just simply take back the bishop to b3, and the game continues. Now the game is simple, and black cannot just play it. So we go for the some next move. Now the white's building on the queen side. He hasn't moved his queen and not connected his rook, but it's quite a good game. Now we're starting to threaten. Now we take back bishop, and now we are going for the aggressive move. You cannot just move your bishop here, because it next move is not in the check, so you can just take it, and you just simply lose a bishop for nothing. So here comes the knight in the game, the king. So you cannot just give him a check. You're blocking this pawn. King moves to the side, another pawn approaching. Now this is quite important and I think good move, because now black has also blocked uh, his bishop from attacking, because if his bishop attack, you can just simply take it with the king, and if he tries to be smart with the knight, then you can just simply take it with the pawn. And now game is heading towards the end game. It's quite good move, but white does not have to take it, but he took it. Now the rook comes into the game, in which he took with the bishop, one move back, and now he is trying to protect his bishop, so he can next now attack on h3 with Gukesh side, and just is protected it with another higher value piece. Another rook into the game, and now he's trying to build some pressure from to the center. Now we both have, now the black has to take his bishop back. No, but instead he just takes, we just take it back, and now kings, and it's a check. We take it back, one move back, kings. Now you cannot just give it a check, because it's already protected. So another rook comes into the action. The Gukesh tried to sacrifice his queen, but Magnus didn't care about it and sacrificed his rook. Magnus took his queen and tried to sacrifice his rook, and this was the game. Here the black won, because Magnus won in this game. How? In the next, what if the game continued? If the game continued, then let's see if my board works. Then black has to take it with the queen, so you just take it. Now the black comes in, gives him a check, so you cannot just go here, here, or here, because this square is protected by the pawn. Here you cannot come, and you cannot just attack it. So now you will, only possible way was just to protect it with the queen. So in the next move, you can just simply take it. Now you can take it with the rook. And now what if in the next move rook has taken, then you can just simply take it with the queen, give him a check, or you can just simply take this with the knight. So you just try to protect this king, and the next few moves, in the next move, you have to move back your king, because it cannot go here, it cannot go here, it cannot go to here, not cannot go to up. So the king moves down, and here this was a beautiful checkmate by the black. So this was the Italian game, which I hope you all learned, but more videos will be coming soon about the Italian game, and more chess lessons will be uploaded soon. Thank you so much.